Hello and welcome in. This will be a pick a deck reading for what's next. So whatever is coming next for you. All right, so we have 3 decks here, and they're actually all by the same creator as well. So the Muse Tarot, the Light Seers, and the Tarot of the Curious Creatures. They're all by Chris Ann. I wanted to put these here because they all have similar backs on them, as you can see. So I'm adding a crystal for those of you that find it easier to draw, to kind of be drawn into the energy of the crystals versus the deck or the cards. Desert Rose will be for deck 1 or pile 1. Azurite will be for pile 2. And Garnet will be for pile 3. So I will be pulling cards on camera or during the reading. So we're going to just kind of go right into the reading from here, so you can find your reading in the timestamps. Okay, pile 1. So this is your reading for what's coming next. What is next for pile 1? So we have here Desert Rose. Desert Rose actually grows selenite crystals. So selenite, as you see, I have one over here as well, back here. It's one of my favorites. And the Desert Rose, this brings in patience. So if you were drawn here, possibly by the crystal, it talks about Desert Rose and its petals were patiently etched by the sand, carrying with them a special message that good things take time. So possibly what you're working on that is coming up next is going to require some patience, or you're already feeling that, and maybe that's why you're here, because you're wondering what's next. Is this going to happen? Is this coming in for me? We also have Scorpio. This Desert Rose can be very good for a Scorpio sign, so if you have Scorpio in your chart. So let's go ahead and get your cards going here. All right. Welcome in, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Please help bring in clear messages for the highest good for pile 1. This is for what's next. So the Two of Swords, that talks about a decision that you're kind of refusing to see that you need to make. I want to see what this one is. 3 of Wands. So that could be preventing you from moving forward, because the 3 of Wands is when we are waiting for our ships to come in. We're planning and preparing and doing that sort of thing. I'm going to actually keep this with this here, because we do have the sense of waiting or needing patience. But we also want to find out what's coming in. Wow. So under the deck, this is in regard to movement. So it's the Chariot. So yes, what I was feeling was, in order for this, like that's kind of part of the planning and preparing or getting ready. Like this can't kind of, the ships aren't going to come in, however that resonates for you. So, like the new job's not going to come in until you make the decision to put a resume together or to decide to actually start looking for, like you just keep hating the job that you're at. You just kind of have to take it how it resonates for your situation. So the Chariot is all about movement. It's where you've balanced your head and your heart, or your yin and your yang. It's that movement and willpower and all of that. So having the willpower to make the decision that needs to be made so things can start moving again. And then it almost feels like it would be a domino effect after there, like you've got wild horses coming in that she actually has broken the wild horses here. And then there's dominoes on here for this Three of Inspiration, which is the Three of Wands. The Two of Voices is like they're always blindfolded because it's and you can see it's almost like two paths leading to one door. There is only one, but you have two at this moment. So you're either choosing between two things or you're needing to make a decision, but it's a decision that you're kind of ignoring or not wanting to see. She's turning away. It's in your head, like it's bothering you, and you don't. It's it's definitely an air, because the swords or the voices, that's the air element. So that's when we're in our head about things. All right, so I'm going to keep the Chariot out, and we're going to pull some more to find out what's coming next. I mean, it obviously looks like, let me see if these are in frame. If I use bigger cards, they wouldn't be, but that looks about right. Okay. Oh, the Sun card was under that Chariot. So it definitely looks like things are really going to start, like you're going to be holding the reins. This is a clear yes if you have a yes or no question. And if your question maybe is like the decision or whatever, that could be letting you know that is a yes. Let's get some more to kind of pinpoint down like what's next. This almost seems like the challenge, like how to get there in a sense. The Death card. So something, if it's between two different things, something needs to close out. You need to close that chapter. And the Ten of Wands. So that's dropping that burden. So this is a burden, whether it's the decision to have to do that or you have to drop it because you can't carry anymore. You can't do everything. The Ten of Inspiration, that is the Ten of Wands. And as you can see, you can't carry anymore. There's too much. The tens are about endings as well. It's like completing a cycle. So you need to drop this heavy burden. Yeah, Five of Wands here. So that can talk about conflict or an imbalance. It can also talk about competition. So possibly, during your choice or whatever you need to help you decide, it could be, for me, the Five of Wands represents immaturity. That competition aspect of things. It's just kind of like an immature energy. All right, let's keep going. All right, Six of Cups is, let me see what's underneath because it flipped around. So I want to know if this is trying to come out in reverse. So we have the High Priestess. All right. So the High Priestess is the one who can go between the veil, you know, behind the veil where it's like the counterpart to the Hierophant. The Hierophant is kind of your spiritual rule book here in the 3D, and the High Priestess is on the other side of the veil, so to speak. It's your inner knowing, it's, you know, your intuition. It is the you know card as well. So this is kind of letting you know that you already know what you need to do, in a sense. There is an imbalance, I feel like, with the Six of Cups here. All right, let me keep that there. I'm gonna possibly have to clarify the Six of Cups. Five of Swords now. So yeah, we keep, you know, the Five of Wands came out. Now the Five of Swords came out. So this is definitely supposed to be in reverse, letting us know that there is an imbalance and it's affecting you emotionally. Because you know, this says Six of Emotions, but Cups is our emotions. You know, it's our waters, our vibration. It's affecting your vibration. Which in turn can affect things coming in. You know, you're here because you want to know what's next. Under the deck, we do have the Six of Voices. So this is the Six of Swords. That's when we're moving to calmer waters. So once you're able to make this decision to drop or clear out or find closure with something that was affecting you emotionally, that is immature, that can be can hurt. You know, it's like they want to win at all costs. They could be saying hurtful things. Whatever this is, that you need to close that chapter out, because you're carrying a heavy burden with that. It's hurting your heart. Once you're able to choose to close that chapter, then your world will move to calmer waters. Mentally, you will feel better. You will be inspired. Things will start moving again. You know, it's literally like dropping a burden, and raising your vibration. So I kind of need to know why this is here, because I was reading it as impatience, you know, where we need to have patience with something. However, it does talk about healing on here, where it can promote mental clarity by releasing negative belief systems that no longer serve you. It's a way to heal from your past. And the Death card is about that as well. You know, we have the 10 here, like closing out a chapter to something that is not working for you. And we have 4 of Cups under that. Okay, so that's becoming a little more clear here as far as, wow, and then the 9 of Pentacles under that. So that is a perfect way, I think, to explain it. Where with the 4 of Cups, this is all she's ever known. It's basically like a limited perspective on your life. This is all I've ever known. I've been hurt. You know, things don't work out. There's always another storm coming around the bend that's going to make this not work out somehow. You know, I have a dark cloud, that sort of thing. So This is actually the Four of Cups. She can't see the fourth cup because she's has this limited belief system that she needs to let go of. So it might not be a person, place, or thing. It might be releasing your limited beliefs. Like, you can't manifest something, you can't get it going, you can't have this willpower, and you're still balancing your head and your heart. You can't wait for your ships to come in because you're not even believing that they're going to come in. So if you close out that limited belief system and realize that you can have better, you are worth this, whatever it is that you have been telling yourself that is not true, and you realize that you've been limiting your own life, then you can go into this, which is the Nine of Pentacles. It is where you don't feel abandoned, you don't feel any lack at all. It's a luxurious feeling, but you're independent. Like, she doesn't need anybody else. Like, the two energies, look at how she's in bliss here and she is limited here. You're trying to get here, and by doing that, by closing out the things that are the negative self-talk, in a sense, and all of that. I'm going to keep these out, actually, because that's the way you would balance this Six of Cups in reverse. That in the upright, it is basically the innocence of a child, so to speak, a child's heart, an open heart, healed chakra. You tell a child, I say this all the time, and I hope you guys aren't getting sick of it, but if you tell a child that you love them, they don't question it like an adult would. An adult has been through stuff, so they're just like, yeah, I don't, there can be that question there. It's a limited belief. I don't believe you. In a balanced Six of Cups, a balanced heart chakra, it's balanced. It's not perfect, it's obviously, it's not going to be like, you can never be like you're going back to like the innocence of a child, but it's healthy and happy and healed and balanced. So in order to turn it around to where it would be a six, because sixes in tarot are the good cards, they are balanced. Six of Voices, or Six of Swords, means you are moving to calmer waters, and that's where we want to be doing. I'm not sure what she is doing in this card, but I'm, being drawn to her hand, that she's, it's almost like she's rewriting her future. There's like mountains sort of in the background, like you're going to rewrite your life. You're not going to, if you don't close out the limited beliefs, then you're going to just keep going, through the same. Let me see. I want to pull. The dogs are grumbling at each other. I want to pull something, but I'm not sure what I'm being drawn to. Well, we'll go ahead here. If there's any last messages or advice for this reading for pile one, pull an oracle card or two here. So as far as what's next for you, I would say that you're going to be have a lot of power and willpower, a lot of control. You're balancing your head and your heart. You're holding the reins to your life. Things are going to start coming in. You're going to raise your vibration. This is financial independence. It's also the opposite of, feeling abandoned, feeling, like you're okay being alone. You're not even okay. It's like you're kind of in luxury. You're where you need to be before you bring other people into it. So it's like you love yourself. You're just really like, you know, you're enjoying a new book and you're sitting out in the sun, and like that feeling of without limits, I guess was wanting to say. There we are. Oh, courage. Number 8, courage is the face of conflict. Or have courage in the face of, have courage in the face of conflict. So the Chariot card is about having that willpower, and now we have courage. I mean, it's obviously it takes courage to face our shadow side, or you know, this is going to take courage to kind of see, you know, unblindfold yourself and kind of see what you need to see. But man, when you do, it's like a domino effect. It's going to really start moving. When you're able to close out, I'm not going to tell myself that anymore. I'm not going to believe that anymore. Or if this person, you know, if it's a person, then I'm not going to engage that anymore. Because there is the energy of the 5, the limiting beliefs, you know, and maybe this is here because it's letting you know you'll be okay on your own. You'll actually do better on your own, in a sense, if that is about a person. It can be about a job. It's something that is limiting you and affecting you emotionally. All right, I think I'm going to close that out. And if you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, I think if you hit this tree over here, I think that helps you subscribe. I'm not sure. I'll have to go and check how I have that set up. But I will see you guys in the next one. Hello, pile 2. So you have chosen the Light Seers Tarot deck and or the healing crystal of azurite. This says get laser focused. So what's coming next is maybe something that's going to require you to be laser focused, but we're going to go ahead and check that out. So this is for pile 2. Please welcome in angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Please help bring clear messages for the highest good for pile 2. Figure out why this says get laser focused. Okay. The Moon, Ace of Cups, and 4 of Cups, with the Hierophant under the deck. With the 4 of Cups, that's kind of where I want to go first, this is, if you were drawn to pile 1 as well, you might want to watch that one, because that was, they got the 4 of Cups energy in their deck. So this is limited beliefs, where we are limiting ourselves in a sense, because instead of believing that there is something better over here or out there, we're only telling ourselves this is all I have ever known, this is all I've ever had, and this is all there ever could be. And I'm really unhappy, you know, I'm just kind of like, I don't see the other cup. However, what is next for you is an Ace of Cups. So it's a matter of, are you going to see that cup or not? We do have the moon, so this could be talking about trusting your intuition or facing your fears, kind of thing. You know, getting laser focused. So and then we have the Hierophant under the deck. The Hierophant talks about traditions, like our spiritual rule book. It can be higher learning or like going back to school. I kind of want to keep that over here. Oh, Six of Wands. There's victory and success. Sorry if you hear my dogs in the background. Maybe expanding something, hopefully. Learning something new. Learning there is more out there if you just face your fears. If you trust your intuition. Maybe this Ace of Cups is something that's going to be long lasting there with the Hierophant as well. So we have the Lovers card. It flipped around, so I want to see what's under the deck. Two of Wands. Okay, so yeah, there's going to be a decision because the Lovers card is all about a choice, like where you're at a crossroads, and then the Two of Wands is when you're at a crossroads. So I'm feeling like this wasn't meant to flip around because we have this telling me the same thing. So I'm going to keep this in the upright. So we have the Lovers card. And then the Ace of Cups. So this, and then when you need to face your fears, it's all about emotions. So there's something to do with I need more cards out because the Hierophant can also be about challenging the status quo, like changing things up instead of going with tradition the way things have always gone. Judgment. Let me see what's under. Oh, wow, you guys. Magician. Eight of Pentacles, working hard for something. Eight of Swords, and the World. Ten of Cups after that. Something big is coming. You have all the resources, or you will soon have all the resources when you get this other cup. You're waiting on this last cup, and you haven't been able to see it. But you're facing your fears, and you're realizing that there is more out there. So I don't know what's showing you that there's more out there, whether you're doing the quest of the moon. The quest of the moon there usually is a crab in the card as well, and the crab is way down in the depths of our emotions, and the crab walks up out of the water and you can see him with the wolves or the dogs or whatever depicted in the cards there. But it's basically the crab is in the deep of our emotions, and that's our emotions coming to the surface. The moon is, it talks about our emotions, it talks about our intuition, and it talks about our fears. So doing that quest of the moon, it's almost like maybe it's scary to believe that there is something out there, but I haven't seen it before and I don't know, but you're going to go ahead and you're going to challenge the status quo of what you've ever believed. So then that way you're able to see this offer, it's feeling a bit like it could be an offer of love, so to speak, but take it how it resonates for you, because we are talking about getting laser focused on something. We're talking about manifesting something for sure. So this could just be the last thing that you required as far as a full cup of your emotions, of high vibe emotions. So kind of healing one last thing, and then you're able to do that. When you see the Judgment card, she's like being born again. Like that's another thing where the coffins are, the angel blows the trumpet on the judgment card and the angels are coming out of the coffin, or I'm sorry, the people are coming up from the surface of their coffins are rising from the waters. The coffins were under the water and they're rising up. So it's a big, stuff is coming to the surface and you're addressing it and healing it. And this is where we are, in a self-imprisonment when we're not wanting to see that stuff. This can also be analysis paralysis. We're in our head too much, and all of that. But having 2 8s here, and then the World card, where that is closing out. This is hard work, working and working, working, working. I feel like for some of you it could be a job, and for some of you it could be a relationship. You have to really take it as it resonates, because we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is like, why would I think I could get this great job? This is all I've ever known. This is all I've ever had. This is as far as I can go. I'm never going to get this promotion, or they'd never hire me at that place, that sort of thing. This is what you're telling yourself. However, you're right at that point of, I know I shouldn't think like this anymore. And maybe there is, like something is showing you that you have a choice. And it's allowing you to see this cup. Now you can manifest it. Now you can make it happen. And you've graduated. With the World card, that's usually where you see the laurel wreath, and the laurel wreath sits on the crown of your head, and it's also the same laurel wreath. Oh wow, there's the High Priestess under the 10 of Cups. Where was that 6 of Wands? Was that in this reading or the last reading? Was that, or maybe it was under the deck when I first was doing stuff, because that's the same laurel wreath that's on the crown of the 6 of Wands and his wand itself, representing, like the crown chakra, and the wisdom that you get from it. So it's like a graduation card. You learned what you needed to learn, and you can graduate, and move up. Your waters are vibrating higher, and then you'll see even more stuff. You'll get even more stuff. Your happily ever after card is right here, and this is the card of clarity. It's a decision card as well. So we have a decision or a choice with Judgment and the Lovers, and then the 2 of Wands was under the deck at that time. So it's like a final decision that will change your life as you know it. It's a significant decision, a significant change. Sometimes it can be a wake-up call to your life's purpose. It's like, and that's why you're finally like realizing it. So you might be, getting messages from ancestors here. We've got, the moon's here. So this could be like like premonitions and dreams, or you just feel it. Because we have the High Priestess under here as well. This is, that inner knowing, this intuition, with the moon, like, wow, the full circle of the moon, and then to the High Priestess. This is completion. This is beautiful. Get laser focused is what it's saying here. This is a feeling of, I can't do this, I don't see a way out, that sort of thing. What is this new cup? What is the new cup? I mean, I'm sure it's different for everybody. So what else? So what's coming in next for you? Your 10 of Cups. Like you're going to level up, so to speak. Your life is going to be forever changed. There's a big decision. This is very similar but different from pile 1. So there's the 4 of Cups. There is you know, something to do with a decision. So if you were kind of feeling that pile as well, please check that out. Are there any other messages? I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I'm picking up here. For, you know, this could just be like you've been single for a long time and you're just feeling like there's nothing else out there, and then bam, Ace of Cups comes in. We've got the Lover's card. Judgment would mean it's a soulmate in a sense, or it sometimes can be like a rebirth. So, oh my goodness, 10 of Cups. Like 10 of Cups, Lovers, Ace of Cups. Wow. I wonder what we need to get. Strength. Yes, this is the same card. Is this the same card? No, they got courage. Pile 1 got courage. You got strength. Know your strength. Number 33. Wow. Like having the strength to do that moon quest. Being able to undo this mental jail. When you think of the strength card also, like the tarot card for, there's the lady and the lion. And the strength card doesn't represent the lion. It represents the lady because she has tamed the lion with her grace. So, wow, these lights are... That happened before too. You guys, what was I going to say about the... I got distracted from the lights. I feel like was it happening because I was pushing on the desk? Like, that's weird. Spirit is here. I've had another video where there was like a flash over there. What would we need to get laser focused about? I'm going to keep going just for the sake of, I'm still unsure of why the azurite, you know, I mean, it's just maybe you were supposed to just get drawn to the crystal. I don't know. Getting laser focused on getting out of your head, you know, like that sort of thing. I mean, you can make it work for something, but I was really thinking it was going to be, you know, like, maybe even like a card for representing contracts or something, where you would need to like really look at the details and things. Timeless dance of life, circle of eternal joy. Wow, that makes me feel like ancestors. Wow. Under the deck, we have portal, infinite mind, awakening, consciousness. Number 1. And this is 41. Dance of life, timelessness. Goodness. We have the world here with the circle, and this is the circle of eternal joy. So I feel like you had to go through, you know, this was something that was needed. You needed to go through it to have the joy in the end, you know. If everything was roses, then we might not appreciate the good times, sort of thing. And it's talking about this circle of eternal joy, timeless dance of life. And this, you know, this is the world card. That's kind of like, you know, we're doing these the fool's journey here with the tarot through life. Oh my goodness, I'm going to do one more. I need to know. Oh gosh. All right, I promise this will be the last one for this pile, and I'll keep. Wow, we all have our best guides within us if we only would listen. Okay, there. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, and check it out, Wheel of Fortune under the deck. So this is the Moon card too. So in this deck, it is the Moon, and it says we all have our best guides within us if we would only listen. So the Get Laser Focused is telling you to listen to your guides. Listen to your ancestors. That's what I was feeling with this. We have the Moon, we have the Hierophant, we have the High Priestess, and now this has finally shown me what we're supposed to be focused on. We're supposed to focus on these synchronicities and the signs. You know, if you are having dreams, or if you are having this gut feeling of, you know what, I need to do this sort of thing. Get laser focused on that. All right, pile 2. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you so very much. If you have liked this, make sure to actually like it on the button. I appreciate it. And what else? Oh, I think if you hit the tree over here, the icon up there, I think that helps you subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you so very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me today. So this is the crystal that was chosen, garnet. So I figured I would get out the card for garnet as well. And this says, ignite your passion. So possibly what's coming next for you is something that will ignite your passion. So let's find out what's next for pile 3. Welcome in, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Please help bring in clear messages for the highest good for pile 3. Thank you. That one just flipped right around and went back in. What is next for pile 3? Woo, the moon. Well, we just went on a quest with the moon in the last reading, pile 2. What in the world? Is this whole deck upside down? Oh, I was holding the deck upside down. And this flipped all the way around to come back upright. So that is definitely wanting to be upright. King of Pentacles is under the deck. If you're an earth sign or have earth in your chart, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Wow. Because I remember it spinning around, but then I'm holding the deck in reverse. 4 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Wow, okay. So, and then 7 of Cups under the deck. So there's kind of a definite pause right now. 4s are a pause and 7s are a step back. I mean, they're a lot more than that, but the 4 in tarot, you know, they're somewhat of a pause where we are resting, healing, recuperating, all of that. 7 of Pentacles, things aren't moving either because we're waiting for our harvest to be ready. We can't, we're waiting for our abundance to come in. We're waiting for the harvest, that sort of thing. Mona, come here. Mona. No, come here. Mona, come here. Come here. Sorry about that. So, and then under the deck we have a 7 of Cups. And then it's kind of like our head is in the clouds and we're a little bit confused. We're either projecting, you know, something unrealistic that we won't have, or we're projecting our fears, and then we're interpreting that as intuition in a sense sometimes. The Moon card is kind of letting me know that there is something to do with that 7 of Cups here also. because when we're projecting our fears about something, it's because we haven't kind of purged the cups that are full of the wrong vibration or the wrong emotion. You know, they say you can't give from an empty cup, but actually the way I kind of look at it is a cup where the vibration has gone lower. It's the sadness, it's the grief, it's the pain, it's the anger. So we need to, you know, kind of do the quest of the star is where you, the water bearer, to where we kind of pour those back in and raise our vibration. We've got to feel it to heal it. We're healing some crap, facing our fears and dealing with some stuff. So let's see. I want to put the moon here. I want to put the Seven of Cups here. I want to pull some more cards. Eight of Swords. So definitely the feeling of confusion. Page of Pentacles. So the page is the one who grabs the ace. So when, you know, an ace appears, if we're able to see it and we're raising our vibration, then we can grab it. So I feel like this was wanting to come out in reverse, and I kind of noticed and flipped it around. Because if this card is a positive card, this is letting me know that was supposed to truly be in reverse. So I feel like we're getting ourselves out of a mental jail. We're facing our fears and we're able to bring new stuff in here with what's coming next. Something's going to ignite your passion is what I'm feeling just because of this garnet. But let's see. Ace of Wands. Okay, this is the ignite your passion, or oh, I'm sorry, the aces. The Ace of Wands is the spark of inspiration. Something, you know, that ignites your soul, like the first spark of it. So the page is the one who grabs that. So yes, there's definitely, you're kind of coming out of something. And what's under the deck? Three of Pentacles. So something's really going to start coming together. Something's come together and you have gotten a newfound spark of inspiration. The Three of Pentacles is when we're no longer figuring it out or no longer juggling stuff. It's actually coming together. And if it's like a job or a project, we're actually making it work and making money at it, and it's working. It's, you know, sometimes it can talk about collaboration and teamwork as well, as you can see. All right, let's keep going. So you might actually, you know, that's telling me for some of you, you're finally going to be making money at your passion. You know, like you have this idea. Wow, those lights keep doing that, and I'm not exactly sure why. Like I was first thought it was because I was like maybe bumping the desk, but it doesn't. It's not. It's just, I don't know. I haven't had that happen, so I'm trying to figure that out. All right, Knight of Cups. It was happening in the other readings. Okay, so we could be having somebody come in. The Nine of Wands here. So somebody could be coming in and this is either you moving with your passion or somebody coming in. If somebody's coming in type of thing, then the Nine of Wands could be significant in a sense because you could be guarded. The Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior card where we are protecting ourselves and building a wall sort of thing. You know, if you're projecting your fears, then obviously you've gone through some stuff. So it's like this could freak you out a little bit, and you get a little like, I don't want to get hurt. Caesar, don't chew it, don't ruin it. I got 2 dogs in here with me today. Oh my gosh, there's that spark of inspiration. So there's the Ace of Wands. This is what the page grabs. So even if you are feeling like you don't want to get hurt, or you're nervous, or you need to protect yourself, it looks like you're going to go for it. You're going to grab it. This is igniting your passion right here. So that's beautiful. Hanged Man. So Hanged Man is the energy that I was feeling when we first started. So you're literally going from, you know, taking a step back and looking things, but you're, instead of being confused, you're actually going to get a new perspective on things. We have Queen of Cups here, Knight of Cups there. So you could have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in your chart. Oh, wow. And the 2 of Cups under that. Wow. Or maybe, you know, someone, because there's a 2 of Cups there too. So that is a new relationship. This is kind of like when you're filling each other's cups equally. You're both giving equal. It's a mutual partnership or relationship. And then there's that feeling of needing to protect yourself again in a different way. So the 4 of Pentacles, it's kind of like, so yeah, I feel like this is for a lot of you, this is a relationship that is coming in, and you're unsure because you don't want to get hurt, but you're going for it because it's really, you know, it's, you can feel that there's something there. So you're going to face your fears and ignite your passion, and really try to get yourself out of the mental jail. Now, you're not always, it's kind of showing, you're not always going to feel like perfect about it all the time. Like, you're going to get that new perspective, and you're going to, you know, go ahead and grow this relationship, but you will have feelings of, oh crap, I need to protect myself. See, we have a 4 of Pentacles, and then we have a 4 of Cups, and we have the 4 of Wands underneath that. What on earth? Interesting. So maybe, because the 4 of Wands is a positive energy, the 4 of Cups is a little blah, so maybe that's just Spirit letting me know, no, that's just a 4. It's not really meaning you're going to need to protect yourself. Where do I want to go with this? Here is, this one really helped me kind of in the last reading. I was trying to figure out what was going on with the crystal card, like, and this one helped. Any other messages or clarity, advice for this reading? So this would be the 7 of Wands. So now we have another 7, because we have the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Clubs is the 7 of Wands, where you're taking a step back and saying it, you're looking and saying, is this worth fighting for? So this is Spirit telling you to ignite your passion, and everything kind of looks good as far as the relationship goes too. Like you're kind of at a pause and deciding, is this something I want to fight for? Do I want this? Do I, you know, I'm going to risk losing this person if I don't do this. Let me get this. I'm trying to see how you would, if it's not a person, if it's not, you know, because it doesn't have to be. With the 2 of Cups under there, it can be like a partnership or something that is kind of meant for you. So say it's a good pairing with you and your job, you know, something like that, where you could be deciding, you know, do I want to start this or create this. This brings me a lot of passion, but I'm afraid, and I don't know if I want to fight for it. You know, like, I'm not sure, because we did have the Three of Pentacles as well. So it's like you finally decide, yeah, it's worth fighting for. I do want to do it. And you grab that wand. And it brings you such emotional fulfillment. You know, we've got the Moon here. We've got the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Two of Cups. It's a good pairing for you. So, yeah, if it's something that you're kind of like, whatever it is that you're going to be passionate about. So if a new person's coming in, or if it's a job, or if it's something that you're trying to create, it looks like you're going to grab that. You're going to make it into something, and it's going to come together and either start producing actual like money for you. You're going to like start making money with it. Oh, that's too many. Or it's going to be like a beautiful bud or beginning of a relationship. Advice for this? I'm feeling this deck over here. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sure it's not the greatest when I sit here and get a deck and shuffle it and then never get one. But if I have clairaudience, so if I'm hearing something, then I have to go with it. I have to change it up if I have to, you know. Pretty much the reason I'm here on YouTube. This is, I always say Metatron made me do it. I'm here because have to be here. But I enjoy it. Ooh, expand your horizons. You got opportunity. Number 25 breaks down to a 7. We got 7, we got 7, we got 7. Another 7. 25 breaks down to a 20 in numerology. So opportunity, expand your horizons. There is a very passionate opportunity coming your way, and you're going to grab it. Try not to these two right here is something that is very common in everyone, where, you know, when you get this feeling of, oh my gosh, I don't want so-and-so to leave the house because I'm worried, you know, like you start getting, if you're a worrier, I guess you would, I should say, then this would be common, where sometimes we get crap in our head that it's just a fear, it's not your intuition. So you're fighting that, going, am I supposed to tell the person don't drive, you know, don't do this, or try to be careful, or you know, when you're worrying and you feel like you have a feeling and you're not sure if that's your intuition telling you, but it's actually a fear. You know, I feel like that has something to do with this. Like, it's something that you're going to be super passionate about, and maybe your fears have been telling you all along, you know, you can't do this, don't do this, it's not going to work, and you're shutting it down. You've healed it, and saying this is worth fighting for. You know, it's taken long enough. I am going for this opportunity that is going to bring me emotional fulfillment, passion. I'm igniting my passion. I'm facing my fear because it's not intuition. And that's the perspective. That's what's next, is you're changing how you look at it. You're realizing it's not, you know, you're realizing you're supposed to go for this, and you just weren't going for it because you were afraid, not because your intuition was telling you not to. Alrighty, so that was our pile 3 then, right? Wow. All right. That was fun, you guys. I love doing these. I've actually officially made the decision today that this channel will be mostly, majority, if not all, pick a card readings. I started off doing why am I taking this off? I started off doing the zodiac 12, all 12 signs, you know, like monthly readings. And I'm keep getting pulled to do these, the 3 card readings. I enjoy them. I feel like it gives more opportunity for people to resonate with them because you're giving them 3 or 4. A lot of the other ones I was doing are 4 cards. Well, not a lot. I just now kind of, anywho. So if you enjoy these, but you see that my channel doesn't have like a huge amount of these, please subscribe because there will be a lot of these. If you are not a fan of 3 card readings, but you've sat here and listened to me doing this, then maybe you are getting something from here. So don't unsubscribe. Anywho, if you do want to subscribe, I think you can hit this tree over here. And if it doesn't work, then, you know, do it the normal way. But I think I set it up to be able to subscribe when you hit that. And like it. That helps, you know. So, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so very much.